Hello and welcome to News Tonight. Coming up, updates on the shutdown of Thomas Cook. The movie Joker has made almost 300 million at the box office after a month. And the effects of the aftershock from the Amazon rainforest fire. These and more later tonight. But first, does the UK's plastic actually get recycled, or does it just become dumped overseas? New study reports show that a majority of the plastic just gets dumped into wastefill. Over to Charlie Souls with the specifics.
The world is full of plastic, and as we all know by now, this wondrous material is destroying our planet, which is of course why we found a way to recycle it. And now most of our plastic has this recycling symbol on it. But what actually happens to the plastic we put in our recycling bins?
How much of your plastic waste do you think is actually getting recycled?
I'd say 60%.
What would you say if I told you only a small portion of your recycling is actually getting recycled?
I'd be very surprised.
Are you also aware that a majority of the recyclable waste gets sent abroad and stored as landfill?
No.
Many to all people think that the majority of our plastic actually gets recycled and made into something new. Well, it may come to some people's surprise that only 9.8% of it actually goes through that process. As of last year, our total amount of waste exported from our country is around 447 million kilograms, and 15 million of that is from our highest exporter, Turkey. But now China has introduced its ban on foreign garbage imports, so now the UK could face a mountain of waste. Every year, British households throw away 22 million tonnes of waste into the bin, and recycling rates have stagnated at around 44%. But as we now know, most of this is being stored as landfill. This brings up multiple other issues on different subjects we already know about, such as the destruction of sea life, pollution leading to global warming, and so on. All of this being affected by what is really happening with our recyclable plastic. But the question is, how do we stop it?
I now welcome Charlie Souls to the studio with me. Hello Charlie.
Hello Harvey.
That was most informative, thank you. Tell me, what do you make of all of this?
Well, I don't think it's at all great, to be honest with you, and when I look into why more of this waste is not being recycled more often, it's because the UK doesn't have the resources to. So we're paying money to other countries to take in our waste, and they're taking in more than they can handle.
So you're saying it's the fault of the other countries for taking on our waste?
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm trying to say is it comes down to money. If we were to spend the money on the resources we require to recycle our own waste, instead of exporting it, it would cost more for us in the long term, and we would have to let our waste gradually build up and pollute our country. So essentially what we're doing is going for the cheaper option and exporting it to other countries, letting them deal with our waste and polluting their land instead of ours.
So our country is being selfish towards the others?
Well, yeah, basically.
So tell me, why are they accepting all of this waste?
Because of the money we're paying them. They're a really poor country, so any amount of money they get helps them so much with everything. So they accept it even if it comes down to the sacrifice of polluting their country.
Okay, Charlie. Well, thank you so much for coming here today, but unfortunately that is all we have time for. Tune in after the break, we'll be back with our next story, the shutdown of Thomas Cook.